Hello geometry, this is Mr. Longo, and in this video we are going to cover similar triangles with a parallel line. So when we are working with similar triangles, we know the ratio of sides needs to be the same. However, if you take a triangle and draw a parallel line somewhere inside of it, that's going to create a couple of other ratios. One thing that it will do is it'll split the sides into the same ratio. So AB over BC is going to be equal to AE over ED. Again, that's only if the line in the middle is parallel to the one in the bottom. But there is more than that. And you can only see those if you think about the fact that those are actually two triangles. So this just represents the split sides. What about the actual triangles themselves? This is where I would suggest, if you want to see these a little bit clearer, you redraw the triangles. So you see we have a little triangle right here, which would be ABE. And then you have the big triangle, which would be ACD. And then you would have a couple of more ratios. You would have AB over AC, the left side of the little guy over the left whole thing. You would have AE over AD, and you would have BE over CD, and all of those would be the same ratio. Again, so we would have AB over AC, that's little left over the big left. And then you would have AE over AD, which is little right over the big right. And then, of course, you would have the BE over CD, which would be the bottoms of the two triangles, the little one and the big one. So it's important to know that you can only split the sides and have a ratio. That will have nothing to do with the bottoms. Okay? Now that you know that, I would like you to pause the video and try to solve for x in both number 1 and number 2. And after that, click play and see if you did them correct before you try the one at the bottom, number 3. Okay? So why don't you pause the video, try number 1 and 2, and let's see how you do. Okay, so for number 1, these are on the sides. So if you set it up as x over 4 is equal to 6 over 2, you are going to be just fine. Then you just have to cross multiply, so you get 2x is equal to 24, so x is going to be equal to 12. All right, and you can always double check when you're done. You can do 12 over 4 is 3, 6 over 2 is 3, you're good to go. The second one, if you somehow have that x is 24, you are wrong. First of all, let's use a little bit of common sense. This line is obviously going to be shorter than 12. And if you did that, it's because you did 6 over 3 is equal to x over 12, which I mentioned you are not allowed to do. You are only allowed to do that with split sides. So if it is helpful to you when you have a side and a bottom, you can redraw. You have 6 over x, and if you were to redraw the big triangle, this whole left side is not 6, it's not 3, it's 9. The whole side is 9 over 12. So for this one, you should have done 6 over x is equal to 9 over 12. And then, of course, you would cross multiply with that guy, and you would get 9x is equal to 72, which means you're going to end up with x is equal to 8. And again, you could always plug it back in and check, but look, it does make more sense. So if you have that, you could redraw, or just make sure you're thinking of the actual sides. Only split sides can be done top over bottom equals top over bottom. Now, if you did 6 over 9 and x over 12, you're going to get the same thing. So remember, what we've talked about in the past, meaning that your ratios just have to be the same, that's fine. You can do them in different orders. You could have done 12 over 9 is equal to x over 6. The order doesn't matter as long as both of them are set up that way. Okay, so number 3 is yours. I wanted to talk about 1 and 2 before you did this one on your own to make sure you knew about the side splitter versus working with the bottom sides. Okay, so for this one, I want you to find the perimeter of the big and the little triangle, which means you're going to have to find x and y first. So go ahead and pause the video this time and let's see if you can handle it. Giddy up. Okay, so to find y, that's using the side splitter. So we're just going to use 2 over 3 is equal to 6 over y plus 2. Cross multiply, you get 2y plus 4 is equal to 18, which means from there we're going to get y is equal to 7. Now we know what y is equal to, so this guy becomes 9, because we're going to need to find our perimeter. To solve for x, that's where you have to redraw the triangle if it helps you, or you can just remember left of the little is 2 over left of the big is 5, and that would be equal to 2x minus 2 over 3x plus 1, bottom of the little, bottom of the big. And of course there's so many different ways you could have set that up. Okay, so once you cross multiply here, you're going to end up with 6x plus 2 is equal to 10x minus 10, which means x is equal to 3. If you substitute 3 in here, you're going to get 10. Substitute in here, you're going to get 4. Now we can find the perimeters. So the perimeter of the little triangle is 4 plus 6 plus 2 is 12. And the perimeter of the big triangle is going to be equal to 5 plus 10 plus 15, which is going to give us 30. Okay? And again, you might have done that differently. You can even ignore side splitter if you want to. So if you were to go back to number 1, if you really wanted, you can do x over x plus 4 is equal to 6 over 8. You'll still get the same answer. Left of the little, left of the big is equal to right of the little over right of the big. And that would just be the full length of the sides. So really it's up to you. Okay, that's it for this video. This is Longo and I'm out. See you, bye.